Hi, this is Ahad. In this video, we will show you how to replace your upper radiator hose on your Nissan Altima with a 2.5 liter engine. This will be located inside the engine here. And one thing to say before that is why we are replacing this radiator upper hose. The following are the main ones analyzing the cause of the problem. Deteriorated hoses. Upper tank radiator hoses are usually made of rubber or silicone, and over time these materials can deteriorate and lose their original elasticity. Okay, when loose deteriorate, they tend to become loose this side. So another issue, temperature changes. Vehicle engines generate a high temperature when they are operating and cool down dramatically when they are cooling down. This fluctuation can cause the upper radiator hose to expand and contract, which is over time may weaken the connection and cause it fallout. And another issue, incorrect installation. Sometimes the problem stems from incorrect installation of the upper radiator hose. An aligned or improperly secured hose can easily disconnect this way, this side, and this area. Easily disconnect when subject to the stress and the pressure created during engine operation. And another issue, excessive pressure. If there is excessive pressure in the cooling system, it may push the upper radiator hose away from its connection. Elevated pressure can be caused by a faulty radiator cap, this one, and clogged coolant passages, or a faulty water pump. That area is located in the water pump. So the problem with this car is that it was purchased in 2013 and has covered 230k kilometers, and the hose has not been replaced yet. And twist time radiator hose here, radiator hose came loose on its own, this area. So that's why we are replacing this radiator upper hose. So let's get started on our job. The first thing we are going to have talked to about is that we will have to make our way under the vehicle. So you want to make sure you are in safe area. Once you've done that, make your way under the bonnet. Under the bonnet, you are going to find your radiator cap along the passenger side.
Now carefully make out underneath the front of the car. This is where we are going to have to find the drain along the passenger side subframe. If you were to look up inside this is a small hole. You are going to find a little X. That is a spot for a Phillips screwdriver. This is the drain. Make sure you have a collection bucket or a drain pan so you can recycle the fluid properly. We will let this fully drain. Once your coolant is done draining, continue on to reinstalling the drain plug. Bottom it out, and then just make sure it's nice and snug. Swipe down and out mesh. The base model or S variant does not have an engine cover, so it cannot be removed. So let's continue into removing this plastic panel. Across the front you will find that this is held in a place with several push clips. To remove your push clips, you just remove the center to unlock it, and then you can move along to removing the outer portion as well. Now we can remove our air inlet duct. You will find that this is held in a place with two 10mm headed bolts. Take hold of that, remove it from the area. Once you have that out of the way, we will continue on along the center of the upper hose. You are going to find it has a mounting point, so use your pocket screwdriver or pick should be able to separate that with movement from this area. Let's make our way over towards the cap. Take a hold of that. We can just get it out of the way, moving along. We will squeeze this clamp side the hose of. We will give it quick inspection. Make sure it's soft and pliable. We will set this aside. Keep in mind there could be coolant inside of it. Continue on using your 10mm for this mounting bolt. Now that we have the bolts out of there, we can move this around a little bit as needed underneath. This area you are going to find that you have a clamp. You will have to squeeze this clamp side it out of the way, and we can separate this area. Can use some pliers, hose pliers, whatever you have. We use an angled pick of this to separate the hose. We are replacing the hose anyway, so you don't have to worry about ripping in it. Separate this at this point. That there we are. Let's get this out of here. Now we can move along to this far end. We will squeeze the clamp and slide off the hose off here as well. Let's remove this from the vehicle. There it is. We can set this end aside and we will make our way to the other end of this hose. Make way to the other end of this hose. Make our way under here. We will just squeeze. Friend, next thing we will do is just clean and inspect the two mounting areas. There's both made out of plastic, so it's pretty unlikely you are going to see any type of corrosion. Or new hose comes with a new bracket. We will use a 10 millimeter to remove this mounting bolt. Alright, let's get ready for the installation of our brand new upper radiator hose. Let's bring this down into the position. Here we'll have to slide this on as far as possible. Slide this on as far as possible. Now we can unlock, outlock in a clamp here. We will use some pliers for this. Watch out for any pinch points. Take hold of the hose, give it a wiggle, make sure it's completely secured. Now we will make our way all the way over to where it connects onto the radiator. Let's get this hose in a place. This one's a little bit more difficult to gain access to. Just have to work it around to slide it on. You need to ensure that you press that hose onto the radiator as far as possible. Once you have done that, continue on to securing the hose with the clamp. Here we will have we will take hold of that, give it a nice wiggle to make sure it's completely secured in place. Reinstall your 10 millimeter headed bolt. Make sure that's nice and snug. We will continue on to our overflow hose. This will just slide into place. Press it and in far as you can up against the top of the radiator here, and slide the clamp back into the original position. Secure your center bracket. Let's continue in with the plastic air intake. We have this square area here that we will fit into the air filter. Housing, align your mounting bolt holes and start each of them in. Once you have done that, go ahead and tighten them up. Install your forward plastic panel. When you install push clips, push in the outer position first and lock it in a pressing into the center. Let's get this cap off here. Now the next thing we are going to do is continue on with filling our cooling system. To fill the cooling system, there is a specialty tool, but you could also just use a coolant funnel. If you want to make sure, use the proper adapter that fits over this area. Let's get this into the position. Continue on with our funnel that we have that on there. Let's continue on to filling this up with the manufacturer specified coolant. When we do so, we are going to add coolant into the funnel. You will find that you have air bubbles making their way up, and coolant we will make its way down into the cooling system. We are going to start the vehicle, let it run for a little while. Once you hear those cooling fans turn on, you can continue on to double checking for any air bubbles and then closing up the system. Now that you have bapped out all the air bubbles from in the system, go ahead and remove your funnel apparatus and continue on to reinstalling your radiator cap. Make sure that nice and secure. Now that we fill the cooling system and we know it's full, go ahead and check for at least one last time. Close the bonnet and then take your vehicle for a road test. So after driving at a speed of approximately 130 km per hour on the highway for a distance of approximately 65 km, the engine temperature is found to be a very normal. Thanks for watching.